Thank you so much for joining us. If this is the first time that you are joining us, welcome. We hope that you go ahead and continue joining us. For those who are returning, welcome back. With that said, my name is Edward Nava. I am the outreach coordinator for Project CAMINOS at Cal Poly Pomona, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So just as a quick engagement question, and throw me out numbers in the chat box. How many of us or how many scholarship applications have you submitted so far? Let me know. 2, 1, in progress. 3, we see 5, 2,
0.
0. Perfect. We're in progress, not yet submitted, currently exploring. All right, we have some sort of engagement. Perfect. So hopefully this workshop definitely helps out with that exploration. And thank you for everyone that you participated in. So we'll go ahead and transition over. So just to provide you with a quick overview in terms of financial aid that you can potentially receive, one of them being scholarships, others could be grants and work study as well. Since we're focusing a little bit more in terms of the scholarships, do know that scholarships are awarded based on achievement merit, and you do need to go ahead and submit them. So by all means, apply now and submit as many as you can. Scholarships are money for you to go ahead and keep. You do not need to go ahead and repay that money, okay? Same thing goes for grants. If you receive grants, these are free monies, and work study are essentially a program in which you are employed and you receive the money through employment. So with that, giving you an overview of ways to go ahead and receive additional aid, we will go ahead and provide you with a quick fact. So did you know that in 2019-2020, Cal Poly Pomona awarded $5.5 million just in scholarships? So again, the scholarships are out there. Definitely apply. This could be perhaps for educational, or this is going to be perhaps for educational purposes. But one of the things that you can consider would be the textbooks that you're going to be using for your classes. A computer, perhaps, if you already have a computer, perhaps depending on the major that you are in. This could be for specific software. Because we are in COVID, perhaps investing in some headsets to go ahead and focus or listen to everything more clear. That could be an investment there. And perhaps on a post-COVID, this could be monies that could go towards a down payment of a car. And again, just to get general ideas, again, scholarships are out there and consider applying. One of the ways that you can go ahead and, what I would like to go ahead and emphasize in terms of how financial aid is dispersed, meaning that it is provided to you. Do know that any scholarship that you do receive specifically for Cal Poly Pomona, it will go ahead and be processed by the Department of Financial Aid and Scholarships. Once that is processed through their department, that scholarship will now go ahead and be reflected on your account. Now, if you have a pending balance on your account, the scholarships grants will go ahead and pay, if not all, for most of your outstanding fees. And now and then if there's anything remaining, it'll go ahead and be sent to you as a disbursement check. Now, if there are no fees or no outstanding fees and everything has already been paid for, anything you receive, any additional scholarships or aid that you receive after everything has been paid for, that money will be provided to you directly. Two things that I do want to go ahead and mention here, and specifically in this slide, is that anytime that you receive a check from the scholarship sponsor, if you are to receive that check in paper through mail, if you try to go over to a bank, they will most likely inform you that you need to go ahead and send it back to the institution because it is addressed to Cal Poly Pomona. Hence why financial aid processes these scholarships. The other thing, or one tip that I would provide or inform you of, is that once you become a Cal Poly Pomona student, you will have the option to go ahead and enroll into direct deposit. The benefits of that direct deposit is that whenever your aid is dispersed, you will get it within a day or two. However, if you don't sign up for direct deposit, then your disbursement could come in within a week or two, just because it has to go through the mailing process. And depending on how fast the mailing services are moving, that could depend on the time that you get your award. So those two things to consider. but at least this is how a scholarship would be dispersed onto your account. So how do you go ahead and start preparing for scholarships? One of the things that I do want to go ahead and highlight and emphasis a lot in would be start your scholarship application or exploration process now. Do not wait until last minute. And the only reason why is because of bullet number 2, which is if you were to need any assistance in reviewing your essay, do let that individual know ahead of time, that and not last minute. That way they are able to go ahead and provide you with feedback or anything to make it better. I do recommend to go ahead and highlight specifically grades, extracurricular activities, and volunteering opportunities that you participated in. Again, talk about yourself. Now, coming into more of Cal Poly Pomona's Scholarship Fest. So just to let you know, Scholarship Fest is it opens up essentially the same time that the FAFSA, the California VMAC timeframe. So it'll open up October 1st and go all the way to March 2nd. Through this scholarship fest, you have to create your Bronco Scholarship Portal account. This specific account will allow you to go ahead and see the scholarships that are being provided through Cal Poly Pomona. And as long as you are able to create your account, once you receive your student ID information, you will be able to go ahead and have access to that. And we'll go ahead and jump into this quick video, but I do want to go ahead and mention that we just went ahead and provided the specific link to go ahead and go over to the Bronco Scholarship application. So you have that accessible to you that you can go ahead and bookmark for a later time. But let's go ahead and watch a quick 1-minute video about the Bronco Scholarship Portal.
Let's be honest, applying for scholarships has never been easy. It's intimidating, time-consuming, and downright hard. Thankfully, the Bronco Scholarship Portal makes the process so much easier. The BSP is your one-stop shop for applying to Cal Poly Pomona scholarships. After logging in with your CPP credentials and completing the general scholarship application, you'll instantly gain access to several recommended opportunities. Make sure to check out the other opportunities listed under ours as well, which may require additional materials like a letter of recommendation or a short essay. Everything you need is here in one place at the Bronco Scholarship Portal.
Perfect. That gives us a quick overview of what the Bronco Scholarship Portal is. One of the things I do want to mention is that if you go through the Bronco Scholarship application process, there are going to be a lot of specific major perhaps or college-based scholarship opportunities. Say if you're looking for one specifically for your major and you don't happen to see it, do not worry. This just means that perhaps there are some other scholarships on the process. And I would highly encourage you to check on a weekly basis to see the new scholarships that are being uploaded onto the scholarship, the Bronco Scholarship application. So again, definitely continue to go ahead and check your portal. So with that said, and to provide you with a quick process, we'll go ahead and pass it over to Ale to give us a little bit more as to what that student process looks like. So Ale, go ahead and take it away.
Hi guys, my name is Alejandra. I am a third-year graphic design major here at Cal Poly, and I just wanted to kind of go ahead and give you an insight of what it's like as a student. So I've only had one scholarship. I got it through my high school, through a Spanish department, but it was such a privilege to be able to have it. That's how I was able to pay off my laptop. So as a graphic designer, you have to have a laptop. It's like a basic necessity, and it was quite expensive, but the scholarship like covered the entire thing. But this one right here is from our scholarship portal here at Cal Poly. It's a little different. You know, when you first log in, you have a general application you have to fill out. It's really short. It's nothing crazy. There is a question asking if you're part of any organization on campus that promotes inclusivity and diversity. So those are really good organizations to be a part of. So if you guys do decide to come to Cal Poly, definitely go ahead and give those organizations a chance, because they're going to help your chances with scholarships. And then you go ahead and write a 200-word quick little statement talking about your role within the organization. But if you're not a part of those, for example, I'm not, I would just go ahead and skip over to your personal statement, which is 1,000 words or less, where you can talk about obstacles, community service, work experience, and just, again, it's a personal statement about your story and you. And then that's really it. Like, again, if you aren't part of those organizations, you just write a personal statement, and then it's just some really general information. After that, you can go ahead and check out all the scholarship opportunities. So for example, this one starts with ENV, which stands for Environmental Design, which is like the department my major's under. So this is like a very this is a scholarship kind of directed towards a very specific audience of students, which is either art history majors or graphic design majors, which is me. So these opportunities are great because it's not like everybody just gets to apply to it. You have to be a junior or a senior. You have to have a certain GPA, and you have to be a certain major. So it makes things a lot easier. Sometimes you're gonna have to write like an extra paper. Sometimes, for example, in this one, if you were to scroll down to the bottom, it said that if you received the scholarship, you had to write a thank you letter. So nothing too crazy. Um, Even though this is a smaller scholarship, there's some that are like $3,000. Don't overlook these small scholarships. For example, last semester I had a computer problem and I didn't have a warranty anymore. So it was a $600 repair. This scholarship right here is $700. So it would have covered all the expenses. So definitely don't overlook these kind of opportunities. I encourage you guys to apply to scholarships, especially if you don't get FAFSA. I don't get FAFSA, so scholarship is the one place where I can get aid. So definitely don't overlook. And sometimes if you're feeling lazy about the essay, you can find some that will just accept the general application. So it's definitely a really good opportunity here. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Alice. So again, the opportunities are there. There are some that just by filling out your general application, you'll be able to receive or send you recommended scholarships. And perhaps if you want to go into the more specific major ones, then again, you have that opportunity as well. And again, continue checking on a weekly basis. Thank you, Ali. Some of the quick tips that I want to go ahead and provide you is, as Ali mentioned, is this is pretty much your story. Your personal statement is your story. You know yourself. Jot down any grades that you receive, any classes you took, whether that was honors, APs, volunteer opportunities, work experience, things of that nature. This is your story. Express it and mention it and send it to them. Again, this is your story, so tell your story. As Ali mentioned, don't ignore the small awards. These can definitely be perhaps even say in a scenario where we are in a post-COVID area where you need to go ahead and pay for your parking permit, then boom, a scholarship can definitely cover your parking permit for the entire semester. Or if it's for the purposes of purchasing your books, a scholarship can definitely assist you with that. So don't ignore the small awards. Definitely apply. One of the things that I do want to go ahead and mention is don't be discouraged if you don't get the scholarships. I would encourage you to continue applying, continue, and continue. We saw a couple that mentioned we have 5 already submitted. So again, don't stop at 5, stop at 15. But again, the scholarship opportunities are out there, and we're going to go ahead and provide you with additional resources as to other ways that you can go ahead and receive additional aid. And with that mentioned, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Ventrice to go ahead and provide us with more information. So
thank you so much, Edward. I really appreciate it. My name is Ventrice Shanklin, and I work for an organization called Sallie Mae. We have a not-for-profit arm called the Sallie Mae Fund. And this year we partnered with the Thurgood Marshall Foundation, or the Thurgood Marshall College Fund, to provide scholarships that increase higher education and access and completion among minority students and underserved communities. Which, what Alejandra said was, it just resonated so much with me, because she is not eligible to apply for a FAFSA, so she did her homework and search for scholarships. So I really appreciate what she said. Sallie Mae has several scholarship opportunities. So we have what's called the Bridging the Dream Scholarship for high school seniors. So we'll be awarding 25, so that's the number 25, $10,000 scholarships. And that's to high school seniors who plan to enroll in a 2 or 4 year university, if you're seeking a professional certificate of some sort, or in a vocational or trade program. So it really doesn't matter what school you attend, you can apply. We also have the Completing the Dream Scholarship, and this would be for transfer students or students who are really close to graduating. They're already in college and graduating. We'll award 260 what we call GAP scholarships, worth to $2,500 a piece. So I would encourage you all to apply for those. And like Edward and Alejandra said, some of them you don't even have to write an essay. You just might have to complete an application. I told this story before, and I tell it every single time I talk to students. When I was working on my master's degree, I met a young lady, and she was undocumented, and she paid for her full 4 years of private school education with scholarships. She had a whole stack. When I met with her, she had a whole stack of scholarships, and she said she made that her full-time job. She didn't have a job. Her job was to apply for scholarships. So while you're watching your favorite show, you can be sitting on the couch with your computer and applying for scholarships. Thanks, Edward.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Patrice. And yes, absolutely. If you are watching Netflix or a TV show and you get a commercial or a little break, by all means, go ahead and start typing away. So we are coming closer to the end of the workshop, but as I mentioned that, start jotting down your questions in the chat box and we'll make sure to address your questions. One of the things that I do want to go ahead and mention on this specific slide is that any feedback that we are able to receive would be greatly appreciated. It's a quick survey that takes about 1 to 2 minutes. As you submit your survey or upon submission of your survey, you will be entered to an opportunity drawing for a $50 Amazon gift card. So again, talking about free or scholarship and free money, we have a raffle as well, or opportunity drawing for a $50 Amazon gift card. So again, the more workshops you join and you submit the survey, the more opportunities or a chance you'll have. If we have any parents, by all means, feel free to go ahead and submit a parent workshop and a survey, and we'll make sure to go ahead and account it for during the drawing. And again, it takes 1 to 2 minutes, and any feedback that you provide us will definitely be appreciated. The winner will be announced on June 1st.